Imagine standing at the bottom of a staircase, the same staircase you once climbed without even thinking, and suddenly it feels like an impossible mountain. Your knees ache, your legs hesitate, and you wonder, when did something so simple become so hard? For millions of adults over 60, this moment is a daily reality. But here's the surprising truth. It's not just about getting older or weaker. A groundbreaking 2023 study from the Journal of Aging Research revealed that 73% of seniors struggle with stairs not because they've lost strength, but because they've lost specific muscle patterns. Patterns nobody talks about. Even more shocking, the study found that those who could still glide upstairs in their 70s weren't superhuman. They simply preserved 5 hidden movement patterns that most physical therapists overlook completely. So what are these patterns? Why do some people at 75 climb stairs with ease, while others at 65 struggle just to rise from a chair? And most importantly, can you actually retrain your body to get them back? The answer might surprise you. In this video, we're going to explore 5 exercises that directly target these forgotten patterns. They don't require fancy equipment or expensive gym memberships, just a few minutes of your time. The most powerful one, which I'll reveal as number 1, increased stair climbing ability by 67% when done just 3 minutes daily. Scientists at Stanford were so stunned by the results, they repeated the study 3 separate times, convinced it had to be an error, but it wasn't. Before we get started, welcome if this is your first time here. How old are you right now? Drop your age in the comments. We are reading and replying to each single one. Hit like, subscribe, and drop your country in the comments so we know where our family is growing from. Let's begin. Number 5, the wall sit hold. The wall sit hold may not look flashy, but it is one of the most underrated and effective movements for building the kind of strength you actually need to move confidently as you age. Unlike typical exercises that emphasize dynamic motion, like squats or lunges, the wall sit focuses on isometric endurance. That means teaching your muscles to generate and maintain strength while holding one static position. Think about it. When you're halfway up a stair, your muscles don't just push you upward. They pause, stabilize, and hold. And if that holding strength is weak, climbing stairs starts to feel shaky and exhausting. A 2022 study from the University of Michigan demonstrated just how powerful this simple exercise can be. Researchers followed a group of adults over 60 who practiced wall sits for only 90 seconds per day. After 6 weeks, participants increased their stair climbing speed by 34% and reported significantly less knee discomfort during daily activities. The reason is straightforward. Nearly 40% of stair climbing involves a static hold. Yet most traditional leg exercises train only the up and down motion, not the endurance phase. The wall sit directly strengthens this overlooked part of the movement pattern. So how do you perform it correctly? Stand with your back flat against a sturdy wall, feet shoulder width apart and about 2 feet forward. Slowly slide down until your thighs are parallel to the ground and your knees form a 90-degree angle, positioned directly above your ankles. Keep your core tight, shoulders back, and lower back pressed against the wall. Breathe normally. Many people mistakenly hold their breath, which can spike blood pressure. If you're new to this, begin with just 20 seconds. Then add 5 seconds each week until you reach 90 seconds, the benchmark proven most effective in studies. Once you can comfortably maintain a 90-second hold, try the advanced variation. Lift one heel off the ground for 5 seconds, then switch to the other. This subtle change trains single leg stability, the same control you need when stepping from one stair to the next. Research from the Cleveland Clinic found that seniors who added this variation improved stair confidence by an additional 28%. The wall sit isn't just numbers in a study, it's transforming real lives. Take Margaret, a 68-year-old grandmother from Ohio. She admitted she avoided visiting her daughter's second-floor apartment because the stairs left her breathless and anxious. After committing to wall sits every morning for 2 months, she reported that she could climb those stairs without stopping, and more importantly, without fear. Then there's George, a retired firefighter in his 70s. Years of knee strain had left him skeptical about exercise. But after 6 weeks of consistent wall sits, he was able to return to his favorite activity, hiking local trails with his grandson. His doctor even noted improved stability during his yearly physical exam. The beauty of the wall sit hold is its accessibility. You don't need equipment, a gym, or even much space, just a wall. In less than 2 minutes every other day, you're training your body to hold, endure, and stabilize, exactly the way you need for stairs, chairs, and daily life. Simple, yes, but sometimes simplicity hides the most powerful results. Number 4, step downs. Most people assume that the best way to get better at climbing stairs is to practice stepping up. It makes sense. You want to get stronger going up, so you train the upward motion. But science has shown that this is only half the story. A groundbreaking 2023 study from Harvard Medical School flipped conventional wisdom on its head. When researchers compared step-ups with step-downs in 800 older adults, they found that controlled step-downs improved overall stair navigation by 45%, while step-ups improved it by just 22%. The reason is simple but fascinating. Going downstairs requires almost 3 times more muscle control than going up. That's because the muscles are working eccentrically, lengthening while contracting, to slow and stabilize the body. This eccentric work is the first type of strength to decline with age, and when it does, stairs suddenly feel dangerous. It's why many seniors say they dread going down more than going up. Weak eccentric control leads to wobbly knees, missteps, and the instinctive grab for the handrail. Step downs directly train this control, teaching your legs to absorb and manage body weight in a safe, strong way. Here's how to do them. Find a sturdy step or platform about 6 to 8 inches high. The bottom stair in your home works perfectly. Stand tall with both feet near the edge. Shift your weight to your right foot, then slowly lower your left foot toward the ground. The key is slowly. Take at least 3 full seconds to lower down, barely letting your left toes touch the floor before pressing through your right heel to stand tall again. Keep your chest up, eyes forward, and knee aligned with your toes. Avoid letting the knee cave inward, a mistake that reduces effectiveness by nearly 40% according to biomechanics research. Start with 8 repetitions per leg, and over time increase to 12. Once that feels comfortable, hold a light weight at your chest. A Mayo Clinic study found that adding just 5 pounds boosted results by 38%. The power of this simple movement shows up in real lives. Take Linda, a 72-year-old retired teacher who admitted she avoided church gatherings because the steep staircase to the hall made her feel unsafe. After 6 weeks of consistent step-down practice 3 times a week, she not only managed the stairs without clinging to the rail, but also regained confidence in her balance when walking outdoors. Or consider Frank, age 67, who used to hike with his wife but stopped after several near falls on rocky trails. By focusing on eccentric control through step-downs, he rebuilt the leg strength and stability needed for downhill terrain. 3 months later, he was back on the trails, this time leading the way. Step-downs don't just strengthen muscles, they rebuild trust in your body. They teach you to move downstairs with control instead of fear, transforming one of aging's most frustrating challenges into something manageable. Done 3 times per week with rest days in between, they can be the difference between hesitating at the top of a staircase and stepping down with confidence. Number 3, standing hip abduction. When it comes to stair climbing, most people focus on the large muscle groups, quadriceps, hamstrings, and calves. But one of the most overlooked muscle groups is the hip abductors, located on the outer side of your hips. These muscles, including the gluteus medius and gluteus minimus, are responsible for stabilizing your pelvis every time you shift weight from one leg to the other. Without strong hip abductors, simple actions like stepping up, climbing stairs, or even walking on uneven ground become unsteady and unsafe. A landmark 2024 study from Northwestern University highlighted the importance of these muscles. Researchers analyzed more than 1,500 adults over the age of 60 and discovered that hip abductor strength was the single strongest predictor of stair climbing confidence. Those with strong hip abductors were 71% less likely to rely on handrails for support, showing just how critical this muscle group is for stability and independence. Weak abductors, on the other hand, often lead to lateral instability, a wobbly sensation, and an increased risk of falls, especially on stairs. Performing standing hip abductions is one of the simplest and most effective ways to strengthen these muscles. To do it correctly, Stand tall next to a wall or sturdy chair for balance if needed. Shift your weight onto your left leg while keeping your posture upright. Slowly lift your right leg straight out to the side, leading with your heel rather than your toes. Avoid leaning your torso or swinging your leg. This should be a controlled, deliberate movement coming from the hip joint. Once your leg is about 12 to 18 inches out to the side, hold the position for 2 full seconds before lowering it back down with control. Keep your standing leg slightly bent, not locked, and engage your core to maintain proper alignment throughout the exercise. Start with 10 repetitions on each side. As you become comfortable, gradually increase to 12-15 reps per side. After 2 weeks, introduce a resistance band looped around your ankles or just above your knees. This additional resistance increases muscle activation significantly. A study from Boston University found that participants who progressed to banded hip abductions saw a 43% greater improvement in stair stability compared to those who only used body weight. The added tension forces the abductors to work harder, reinforcing both strength and coordination. Unlike larger muscle groups, the hip abductors recover quickly and respond well to daily training. In fact, a University of Delaware trial demonstrated that daily hip abduction exercises, even just 2 short sets, outperformed 3 times weekly sessions with higher volume. The reason is neuromuscular adaptation. By practicing frequently, you're reinforcing the brain-muscle connection that governs balance and automatic stability during stair use. Consistency is more important than intensity. Performing standing hip abductions once per day, even for a few minutes, builds the foundation for safer, more confident stair climbing. Over time, the improvements extend beyond stairs, enhancing stability during walking, standing from a chair, or carrying groceries. By targeting this often ignored muscle group, you are directly addressing one of the key predictors of independence in later life. Number 2, sit to stand. The sit to stand exercise is one of the most practical and effective movements for older adults because it mimics the exact biomechanics of stair climbing. Unlike many gym-based exercises that isolate specific muscles, the sit-to-stand directly engages the same sequence of muscle activation required for rising from a chair, climbing stairs, and even walking uphill. In fact, research from Duke University using 3D motion analysis found that sit-to-stands produce muscle activation patterns that are 87% identical to stair climbing. This makes it one of the closest real-life training exercises available without requiring any specialized equipment. The main muscles involved include the quadriceps, hamstrings, gluteals, and calves, working together with the core to stabilize the trunk. Proper execution ensures that the legs, not the arms or momentum, do the majority of the work. This is important because weak or underused leg muscles are a primary reason older adults struggle with stairs and experience mobility decline. To perform the sight to stand correctly, begin with a firm chair that allows your knees to bend at approximately 90 degrees when seated. Avoid using overly soft or low furniture, such as couches, which can make the exercise unnecessarily difficult. Sit toward the edge of the chair with your feet flat on the floor, hip width apart, and positioned slightly behind your knees. Cross your arms over your chest to prevent pushing off with your hands. The movement starts with a forward lean from the hips, not the back, so that your nose is aligned over your toes. This shifts your center of mass forward, allowing the legs to generate power. From this position, drive firmly through your heels to stand up tall, fully extending the hips and knees. Pause briefly in the standing position to reinforce balance and alignment. To return to the chair, lower yourself slowly and with control, avoiding a plop that bypasses muscular engagement. This controlled descent is crucial because it trains the eccentric muscle strength required when descending stairs. Breathing technique also plays a significant role in effectiveness. Exhale forcefully as you stand, which activates the core and increases force output by up to 15% according to sports science research. Inhale steadily as you lower back down. This rhythmic breathing not only improves performance, but also helps regulate blood pressure during the exercise. For beginners, start with 3 sets of 8 repetitions, resting 60 seconds between sets. After the first week, increase to 10 repetitions per set, and by the 3rd week, aim for 12 to 15. Once you can perform 15 repetitions comfortably, Add progression by using a lower chair height or by pausing at the bottom position for 2 seconds before standing. A 2023 study from the National Institute on Aging showed that participants who added a bottom pause improved their stair climbing power by 31% compared to those who performed continuous repetitions without pausing. Perform sit to stands every other day, ideally in the afternoon when body temperature and muscle efficiency are naturally higher. However, consistency is more important than timing. Regular practice will reinforce both strength and coordination. Over time, this simple exercise improves not only stair performance, but also general independence, making it a cornerstone movement for healthy aging. Number 1. Heel raises with holds. Among all stair-related exercises, heel raises with holds have produced some of the most dramatic improvements ever recorded in clinical studies. The calf muscles, specifically the gastrocnemius and soleus, provide nearly 40% of the propulsive force required for stair climbing. But research has revealed that it's not raw calf strength that matters most. Rather, it's power, endurance, and neuromuscular control. Without these qualities, even strong calf muscles fatigue quickly, leading to instability, slower performance, and difficulty ascending or descending stairs. A landmark study conducted at Stanford University examined adults over 60 who performed structured heel raises with isometric holds. After only 8 weeks, participants increased stair climbing speed by 67%, and reported stairs felt 70% easier subjectively. Researchers repeated the study 3 times, convinced the results must have been a statistical anomaly, but the findings held true. The isometric hold at the peak of the movement appeared to trigger unique adaptations in type 2, fast twitch muscle fibers, which are critical for explosive movements, but tend to decline sharply with age unless specifically trained. To perform heel raises with holds correctly, stand with the balls of your feet on a step or sturdy platform, allowing your heels to hang just off the edge. Hold a rail or stable surface lightly for balance, but avoid using your arms to lift yourself. From this position, rise up onto your toes as high as possible. At the very top of the movement, pause and hold for 3 full seconds, then lower your heels slowly over another 3 seconds until they dip just below the step. This stretch position is essential. It increases ankle flexibility while strengthening the Achilles tendon. Do not bounce at the bottom. Instead, pause briefly before rising again. The recommended starting point is 3 sets of 12 double-leg repetitions, performed every other day. After 2 weeks, begin to incorporate single-leg raises, which challenge both balance and muscle activation. By week 5, most individuals should progress to predominantly single-leg work, aiming for 8 to 10 repetitions per leg per set. Recovery between sets is also crucial. A 2021 study published in the European Journal of Applied Physiology found that resting 90 seconds between sets allowed nearly full recovery of calf power output, 94%, compared to only 78% recovery with 60-second rests. Several variations can maximize results. Performing heel raises on a slightly unstable surface, such as a thick yoga mat, increases muscle activation by up to 23%, according to Australian research. Adjusting foot position also recruits different fibers. Toes straight ahead target both the soleus and gastrocnemius evenly, while toes turned slightly outward emphasize the medial head of the gastrocnemius, and toes turned inward target the lateral head for stability. Cycling through these variations weekly prevents plateaus and builds comprehensive strength. Breathing technique and mental focus can also enhance effectiveness. Exhale on the rise. Hold the breath lightly during the 3-second isometric contraction and inhale as you lower. Visualizing yourself pushing the floor away improves neuromuscular activation by up to 12%, according to motor control research. When performed consistently, heel raises with holds deliver rapid, measurable improvements in stair performance, balance, and lower leg endurance. They represent one of the most efficient, evidence-based methods for restoring stair confidence and independence in older adults. To wrap things up, these 5 exercises work together like a complete system, each one targeting a crucial part of stair climbing. Heel raises rebuild your power, sit to stands restore functional strength, hip abductions give you balance and stability, Step downs sharpen control, and wall sits build endurance. Practiced consistently, they reprogram the very movement patterns that aging tends to erase. The best part? You don't need fancy equipment or long workouts. Just 20 minutes every other day can make stairs feel easier, safer, and more natural again. Research is clear. Age-related decline in stair climbing isn't inevitable. It's reversible with the right targeted approach. And these 5 exercises are proven to deliver that transformation. Now it's your turn. When was the last time you climbed stairs without hesitation? Which of these 5 moves will you begin with today? Let us know in the comments, hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs it.